Delighted to welcome Craig Mullaney to Brunswick. Not only are you a West Point grad, an Army Ranger, a Rhodes Scholar, you've also served in the Obama administration, and you've had a very successful career advising CEOs at Facebook on how to communicate in the modern era.
Thank you, Nick. I'm delighted to join.
You've obviously had to work in incredibly challenging situations when you've served in the military. What are some lessons, especially from a communications perspective, that corporate leaders ought to take from military leaders, especially the best ones?
Probably one of the obvious takeaways is that as a leader, you are very vulnerable and open. There is no hiding from your flaws and strengths as a leader. You're with your troops around the clock in the most dangerous and trying circumstances.
They know every piece of you.
One thing that I think I learned from that experience is that authenticity can be a very powerful enabler of connection and to bring leaders closer to their followers. In a political context, I think one of the lessons from the 2008 campaign that I participated in is how important it is to have the right message for the right audience at the right time. And this was something that then Senator Barack Obama was masterful at. It's certainly something that business leaders can learn from. The message that you would share with investors may not be relevant to the message that you would share with consumers and vice versa.
You mentioned authentic leadership. That's an obviously incredibly important word. So many people we consider authentic leaders. What are some of the defining characteristics?
I think one of the most important characteristics is that their actions and their words are consistent. I think a second element of authenticity stems from purpose. Consumers, employees are looking for leaders who do more than deliver the bottom line. Ultimately, you can't follow someone you don't trust, and you can't trust someone you don't know. And social media gives you a unparalleled opportunity to get to know an executive, and for an executive to get to know their stakeholders.
You've been deeply involved in helping CEOs and corporate leaders communicate on a platform on which they haven't entirely been comfortable. How did you get them over the hurdle, and what were some of the takeaways for you in that process?
I've probably worked with 200-300 business leaders taking their first steps onto Facebook or Instagram. They recognize the opportunity and the audience and they can connect with, whether it's their customers or their employees or other stakeholders. But it's like learning an entirely new skill set. Having the right mental model for social media is important from the get-go. But think of the opportunity of getting that unfiltered feedback from customers as a way to improve your business.